It's poppin', party people. Oh dear lord, everything's gone horribly wrong. What is up, everybody? Hold on, let me stop the music. Okay. Hey everyone, it's me. It's Omni. I'm back. I'm streaming. Uh, as anyone who has played this game knows, no scrim ever starts on time, especially in North America. So we're waiting for the scrim to start right now. Um, as it says on the title, it's BitClan versus a name I'm not even going to try and pronounce. It's a new project. But yeah, how's everyone doing? I recognize it's been a hot minute. Do I have the Sharku? I need the Sharku. Hold on, let me find the Sharku. Sorry, very professional as always, right? As per usual. There he is. Oh, that's far too large. That's way too big. I know why you're all here. It's not for me. It's for him, and I don't even blame you. Anyways, welcome everybody. Thank you for showing up. Of course, the Sharku. It's always here. This time, I promise it won't cover the entire screen while things are happening. And I'm not playing this time, so I'll actually be able to notice if that happens. But yeah, hello everyone to the stream. I'm going to be commentating this scrim today. I'm primarily doing this because BitClam needed someone to record, so I said, yeah, sure, why not? And I realized this afternoon, I was like, hey, I could stream it. It's been a while since I streamed. Get some more practice commentating and stuff, because that is something I want to do in the scene. But I commentated a Launch Point Draft Cup. Not the last one, but the one before that, which was a lot of fun. So I figured I might as well do it again for some friends of mine. But yeah, looks like we've got some people, showing up. Some people, some new faces, some familiar faces. Nice to see you all. This is my patented away screen. It's just chaotic and dumb, which I think is a pretty good summation for the rest of my stream as well. For anyone who's curious, I feel like people know where I've been. I've just been still been playing Splatoon, but I've taken a little bit of a break from streaming. And I probably won't be streaming super regularly during the school year. I'm still on summer vacation here. But I do want to try and start streaming again. Maybe solo queue. I think streaming solo queue is not really like where I want to be right now. I don't think I have the right mindset or ability for it. So I do want to kind of just like stream like leagues with friends, or like serious kind of practice type stuff. And I have been playing solo queue now and then in the background off stream. As anyone who follows my Eclipse Twitter, it's twitter.com/omniclips. Since the last time I streamed, I hit Quad X, which I'm very excited about, very proud of. I've probably lost those X ranks a couple times, but we're back now at Quad X, as I'm sure a lot of people know that experience. What else is new? Yeah, I'm going to be pretty busy when school starts, so I do want to stream. I've gotten some really nice messages. People miss my streams, and I appreciate that. Appreciate you guys showing up. Yeah, even if you're lurking, even if it's your first time here and you're gonna leave in 5 minutes because the scrim doesn't start, and I don't blame you. But I appreciate everyone being here and hanging out with me for a little bit. I'm out of things to fill space. Oh dear. Oh lord. Oh no. I can't. So the thing is, right? Normally here, I'd like go into a turf war. Like if I was playing, right, I'd just like go into a turf war and kind of just like hang out for like however long it took for the other team to be ready for people to get in the call. The problem is I'm not in the call with the other players, so like there's like definitely a lag time where I have to look at my Discord to know when they're ready, and I don't want to be like that guy that's like, oh, we're waiting on the observer. Like that seems to always be a thing. Uh, I don't know if anyone else like who has played in tournaments or has watched tournaments knows. That seems to be like a very typical thing in Splatoon tournaments, or like just like any video game tournament in general. It's like, oh, you're waiting for the spectator, the observer, whoever. What can I do while we're waiting? Can I fill some more time by blabbing on? Um, how's the weather today? weather weather is actually pretty pleasant today. It's 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, I know most people use Celsius in chat. I can see that Fahrenheit makes, or Celsius makes more sense, right? But I've grown up with Fahrenheit my whole life. Ah, thank you. No, thank you for the kind words, Wolf. Yeah, go get some sleep. Go get some sleep. Sleep well. Good luck with uni. So it's about 26, 27 Celsius outside today, 80 Fahrenheit. Went for a little bike ride earlier. It's pretty nice. You know, just go bike riding around the neighborhood a little bit. Um, where I grew up. It's not too hot. I mean, you know, it's been getting hotter more recently, right? In the part of the country that I'm at, it's usually not like super duper hot, but like usually the time when I want to go bike riding is a little bit after like lunch. Like I don't really want to go bike riding after dinner, because then it's kind of like I'm just like it feels like your day's over. This is the tangent I'm gonna be on today. So I don't know if anyone in chat agrees with me here, but when I eat dinner, right, it doesn't really matter like what context it's in. I could be like at home. I could be on campus at school. I could be. It's kind of less so if I'm going out to eat with people, but I could be camping. But when you eat dinner, and obviously there's an exception, when you eat dinner, your day's just kind of over, right? Like, obviously, if you plan things after dinner on purpose, that's a little different. But if I'm just having an average day, I'm having a day where nothing's planned, right? And I eat dinner. That's like my mental cue that uh that my day is like coming to a close, right? It might not be over right away, right? I'm not just gonna like go to sleep at 7:30, right? But like I'm like, okay, I'm eating dinner, I'm winding down. I'm not gonna do things anymore after this point, especially like physical exercise, right? Because it can feel like feel difficult to like get the motivation to like exercise in the first place, right? And like I've already eaten, and so I'm like now I'm like a little food coma, and I just kind of like I just want to like hang out and lay down. Like I don't want to like go exercise now. So bottom line being, bike riding after dinner is a no go. The problem that introduces when you live in a desert is that it's kind of hot right after lunch. Like right after lunch is kind of the hottest part of the day, right? And so there are two solutions here, kind of. So the first solution is like I wake up earlier and I just go in the morning. And that's very doable, but it's also summer break, and I don't want to wake up early because I'm gonna be doing that for the whole next quarter, right? I want to get in my sleeping in now while I still can. So that's kind of out. It's feasible, but it's kind of out. The second option is to go bike riding after dinner. And I've done it a couple times, you know, when I was feeling super motivated to go bike riding, and like I was doing things during the afternoon, but I'm like, I still want to like go out and go bike riding and be healthy and stuff. But I feel like I have to be very motivated, right? And the thing, and this has just been my experience bike riding recently, is like no matter like how hot it is outside or how far I bike ride, I always get super sweaty and I like need to take a shower immediately after. All right. So like that's a non-zero issue, right? Looks like the. Is this what I think it is? The room might be up. I think. Sorry. Yes. All right, it is. Cool. So yeah, the room's up now. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to that scene. All right. Oh my god. Please update. There we go. See, look, we got a scoreboard this time. Look at me. Look at me being all professional and stuff. Anyways, as I was saying, in this totally unrelated tangent, um, bike riding after dinner is kind of a no. So I'm basically choosing. I'm not choosing. I have boxed myself in to. Yeah, of course, it's always the same. It's always the same password. I've blocked myself. I need to finish this thought. I'm never going to. I've blocked myself into eating, like going bike riding at the hottest part of the day, and so that has actually killed my motivation to go bike riding quite a lot recently, which is bad because I should go bike riding more. And I was like pretty good about it. Oh, this is as high as my mic goes. This is as loud as you're getting from me. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna move the mic slightly closer to my face. This is as loud as I get. I'm so sorry. You guys don't need to. This is not gonna be on the recording. Like, you're not gonna hear me on the recording, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Turn your Twitch volume up. Forehead. Anyways, yeah. I should go bike riding more. The TLDR here. I should be bike riding more, but I don't. And because of a series of choices that I've made, I end up always having to go bike riding at basically the hottest part of the day. Now there's like several links in the chain here where I could improve my experience of bike riding, but I often don't. It's plain and simple. I simply do not for various reasons. But that's been me filling space for 20 minutes, 10 minutes. Yeah, that's what I've got. That's me. Looks like we're slowly getting into the lobby here. I'm not 100% sure what the map list is. Maybe someone who's on the team can tell me in chat what the map list is going to be for this set. I don't know how long to go. I don't know what the map list is. I'm obviously very, very professional, very much in the loop here. But I'm just here to commentate, have a good time, record some gameplay for the Big Clan folks. Yeah. I also feel like what you have for dinner changes how you feel. Or on the food thing again. So, I said earlier, right? If you have dinner, your day is kind of over, right? Like and I think the size of the meal and where you have it has a big impact on it, right? So, for example, right, on one extreme end here, you have like a home cooked meal. You've done nothing all day. You've had a nice lazy, weekend day, nice lazy Saturday. You don't have anything to do tomorrow. You didn't really have anything to do today. You have a nice home cooked meal, and you're just like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to pass out. Like, I'm done. I've had enough day for today, and that's it. And so like that's on that one end of the spectrum. The other end of the spectrum, I think, is going out and eating with people, which I understand. COVID, we all haven't done that a lot. We better not have. Haven't been doing a lot of that. But like, you're going out and eating with people and then doing something. So like, what's an example? It's been like 3 years, not 3 years. It's been like almost 2 years since I've like gone out with a group of people and like done something and also eaten. So like, for example, you go eat at a restaurant, right? And then you go do karaoke afterwards, right? Like, the eating is like the prologue to your like activity that's happening afterwards. And so like, after you eat dinner, you're like, all right, let's keep doing it. Let's do the incredible inspired names here. Let's do like the next thing, right? I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm filling time the only way I know how. Can I find it in time? I don't wanna like look for it. Alright. Looks like everyone's in the lobby, I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't want to look for this thing and then miss out on the actual game. But I saw a tweet from, I believe it was Brian, some time ago, that I love. I just love bringing it back up. And this is a pretty good example of a lobby for it. Yeah, looks like we're getting started here. The tweet goes something like along the lines of, you need a master's degree to pick the teams in a Splatoon lobby. This one's like, okay, right? Because like, we have some team tags going on. But like, if you just looked at the Bravo team, right? And you like told me I had to pick who goes on what team, and like everyone had names like that, I would have absolutely no idea who goes where. Like, why? I mean, I guess I can't talk because my name's just Sharku, the little smiley face. That's not very indicative of who I am or what team I'm on. But it's like that because I'm not on a team right now, so I don't have to have a name that makes any sort of sense, and I'm taking full advantage of it, as you can see. Anyways, the space filling is over. Hello, Imperial Taco. Nice to see you again. The space filling is over. It's time for actual analysis and commentary. We're about to get into game number 1. Splat Zone's Sturgeon, my goodness. Splat Zone's Sturgeon Shipyard. A map that seems pretty decent for a couple popular weapons. K52 can run into some issues here if they're fighting along mid, but in like the narrow areas around the ramps on the map, K52 does very well, because you just throw down your wall, block so much space, and your presence, you take up so much space, basically. I've seen K Machine do very well on this map too. As far as anchors go, could see E later, potentially. I'd say Chargers and Splatlinks are both pretty fine on this map. Anyways, as we're about to get into game number 1 here on Splat Zone Sturgeon Ship. You can't see the name. It's okay. It's a pretty standard looking comp here from BitClam, from both teams really. Blow Blobber, interesting. Not a pick you see very often, honestly, but I could see the value here. This seems like a pretty good map to spam that blob. Both teams, of course, running the armor. Curious to see how much work done this foil squeezer is going to get done. As we're going to be going for the top down here. Jam, looking for that flank. He's going to throw down the wall. How much havoc is he going to be able to cause in the backline? Not enough. However, has he bought enough space for the rest of BitClam to maybe pick up a kill? There's going to be 1 going down there. That's going to be 2. There's going to be 3. Now the question is Lily going to go ahead and go for the zone? It looks like she is, as the rest of BitClam is going to be jumping back in here. So we'll see how good the lockout is here from BitClam. The Crapid in particular seems like an excellent weapon for this type of situation. And if the unfortunately K52 is going to go down while activating that Booyah Bomb there. But the positioning here from BitClam seems very good, right? We see the Tri-Slosher in the back trying to pick up any stragglers, might try to stay and wait Shark a little bit. BitClam gets still here with the man advantage. As I say that, it gets equalized once again. And it looks like the Zap is trying to at least contest and maybe fully paint the zone. This Jam is going to be the last one alive. Not really able to contest that zone. But BitClam's smartly going to fall back. They're not going to push. They're not going to feed here. It's really what you want to be seeing here. They're going to take their time. They're going to use their bombs. They have a reasonable lead, right? They're going to build their specials and try and fight it out here. Unfortunately, the armor going down on the flank, that's going to be pretty costly here. Now the question is, do they delay the push or do they still try and force it? Looks like the other team's going to be forcing them out of themselves, going to get 2 kills there with their own armor. You can see the importance of armor in this game. Jam now trying to make some sort of play on the zone and try and contest it. Here comes the bubbles, and Jam unfortunately going to go down. BitClam looks a little staggered here, unfortunately, as the Tri-Slosher is just going to go down. It's going to be just Smith with that Crapid, going to try and stay alive, try and buy some space with those torpedoes. Going to get 1 kill, but going to be traded right back. As you can see now, BitClam appear to be staggering a little bit. Let's see if this 1v1 between the junior gonna pick up that kill. That's a really important kill now. BitClam gonna have to force the issue sooner or later. There's 2 points left, and that's gonna be game. BitClam there opening very solidly, right? Getting a good 3 kill advantage in the beginning stages there. But that death by the junior on the flank, very impactful. You could see they're very close to having the armor available as we see the kills here. But them going down delayed their push by so much, and that allowed the other team, again, I don't know how to pronounce these names, I'm so sorry. That allowed the other team to activate their armor, knowing that they have a 4v3 advantage, knowing there's no armor on the other side to counter, to really have a very decisive push there. And from there, the coordination for BitClam wasn't quite there, wasn't quite able to get the specials charged in time to make some sort of counter push, right? And it's pretty textbook zones there from our red team. Hopping into game number 2 here, Tower Control Wahoo World, a favorite of the members of the Launch Point draft server. Wahoo World, not Tower Control per se, Wahoo World zones, but Wahoo World in general, a particular favorite of Launch Point members. We'll see what's going to come out on this map. I imagine KGL might be coming back, right? KGL, something that we saw Jam play last game. Still pretty solid on this map, honestly. We might see a K Machine potentially. Obviously, we're expecting a junior here from Lily. We could see a run back of the Crapid. I think just running back the comp that BitClam had last game wouldn't be an awful idea. On the side of on our Malinkology. Yep. Okay. On the side of Malinkology here, could see another run back of their comp as well. However, Blob, I'm not sure if I like Blob on Wahoo World Tower Control. On one hand, it's got like the nice open mid area. But that's not the most important part of the map as it is in, say, spot zones, right? Spot zones, I think I would be fine with the blob any day here. Oh, I need to press A. But in tower control, not so sure. We'll see how it pans out here. As we go ahead and get into game number 2 here between BitClam and Malacology. I'm going to pronounce that 16 different ways, and none of them are going to be correct. As we get into game here. Again, so that, yeah, BitClam decided to run the comp back. A very different look here from Malacology, though. A lot of range, and a lot of the slower pace weapons here. As we see the very unusual Rapid Blaster Pro Deco. The 96 gal, which is a little bit more standard. A custom blaster, which brings me, blasts me back in time about 3 years. And the more standard K52 gal again. Lily, going to be standing in wait. It's going to be a 3v3 here on the zone. Or, there's no zone, excuse me. It's going to be a 3v3 here. As both teams kind of jockeying for position, jockeying for mid. Malacology going to be the first ones to touch the tower as they pop their armor. BitClam do not appear to have their own armor as they're going to be trying to stop this push. Jam in a little bit of a sticky situation. Gonna go ahead and get the trade. It's just these nuts here from Malacology. Gonna try and stay alive with that armor. As the Tri-Slasher tries to push up aggressively. Gonna end up dying for their troubles. Trying to deny that armor. Speaking of, the armor's gonna get popped here. Looks like a brilliant pincer attack here from Malacology. And they're just gonna... Aaron's just absolutely behind BitClam. Smith has nowhere to go. Are they gonna be picking him up? Yes, they are. BitClam now 2 down. Gonna try and charge those specials up again. Like I said, try and get that ink armor online. About halfway there now. Don't want to rush anything here, especially as we see Aaron sharking there for the side of Malacology. Here comes the Ink Storm. Here comes the Booyah Bomb. This looks like they're going to try and force the play with their armor just about to come online. Is K52 now gonna evade for a little bit. Now eventually going to go down. Here comes the armor for BitClam. And they're going to try and storm back onto this mid. Lily, not quite going to be able to pick up on that kill. The Tri-Slasher in the backline causing lots of havoc. Not quite going to be able to pick up that kill on the 96 gal, though. Might be in a little bit of trouble, as they're going to go ahead and get out for now. Lots of fights going on here. The Inkjet now popped in mid. Smith just kind of hiding. Doesn't want to contest it. Very smart play there. Gonna roll the Torpedo. Guac looks like they're in a little bit of trouble, but they're going to go ahead and get out of that situation. As the Custom Blaster goes down, will BitClam be willing to pull the trigger here with one man? One player down. Looks like they are. Ink Armor's going to be popped. The counter armor's here. Are they going to see this 50k gal? They're not. And it's now 2 down for BitClam. Looks like a little bit of a precarious situation. Tri-Slasher going to try and get a kill. Going to get that kill. Going to try and push the tower just a little bit more. And BitClam seems to have fought their way back to an equal position. Here comes the Baller from Smith. Going to get it. Go ahead and pick up a kill. Baller's going to explode. Here comes the Ink Storm. Suddenly BitClam with all the specials to play here. Here comes the Booyah Bomb. Right? Here, the Ink Storm's still active. Armor's almost available here for BitClam. Looks like they're going to pop it as soon as possible. Yeah, here it comes. BitClam have taken the lead and are playing pretty good lockout here. The question is, not quite going to get that 96 gal. The armor's going to be close by, but look at the points. The tower's taking down. It's down to 50 points now. Aaron on the flank here, going to try and find a pick onto Smith. Smith now, suddenly last one alive, going to pick up a kill. Now, is he going to be able to get out? Smith, in between a rock and a hard place here, pops the Baller. He's going to survive for a little bit longer. Back into mid, he's alive. He's getting out. And now, Malacology, very smartly, not going to overextend, not going to overchase that kill. Smith, with a magic act, if you ask me, being able to get out of that situation. Armor popped here from Malacology. They're going to trade 1 for 1, but they're 2 down. It's really hard for them to make some sort of play here, especially as that K52 is going to jump out. Now it's just the 96 running for their lives. Going to get out for now. As we see a Custom Blaster here, looking for a Shark. Not quite at that Inkjet yet. And here comes the Ink Armor and the Booyah Bomb here for BitClam. They don't seem to be overextending, which is good. They're not lunging out. They're not trying to pick up kills that they're not in their range. They're saying, hey, you have to come to us. We're in the lead here. You have to come into mid. And there's the pick on the Rapid Blaster Pro Deco. Now they can kind of push up a little bit. Now they can kind of press their advantage here. They have a Baller available here on Smith. He's on the tower. He's not concerned. He said, yeah, you can't kill me. You can knock me off, but you can't kill me. As I say that, Jam going into the backline here, going absolutely crazy. Going to go in the 1v1 with the 96 gal. He's going to pop the Booyah Bomb, yes. And the opposing K52 looks to be barely surviving, now going to fall. Jam still in the backline here, still causing so much trouble. Looks like he's going to get out as well. Very smart jump there. Now, unfortunately, BitClam, all their members just now respawning. They've lost a little bit of mid control. We'll see if that's going to cost them here, as Malacology trying to make a push here in the last 30 seconds. Last Ditch Effort's going to be fully activated very soon as Melanchology are here. This Tri-Slosher, so dangerous in that carousel position though. They're waiting. They're waiting for you to make a mistake. They're waiting for you to forget about them. Here comes the Booyah Bomb. 96 is going to go down. That's an armor down. The Custom Blaster also going to go down. So, Ink Armor now popped for BitClam. They're saying, you have to come to us. We're not going to die so easily. And this Booyah Bomb coming into mid and this jump coming into mid, is it going to be enough? Melanchology have to make a desperate play. There's only 2 players in mid, though. And there's 3 players here for BitClam. 3 is greater than 2, and BitClam gonna pick up that game in pretty convincing fashion. It's a really good adaptation from what I was talking about in that last game. BitClam not lunging forward this game, waiting for their specials, waiting to push as a 4-man unit. Jamison absolutely causing havoc in the backline there, right? 13 armors on the opposing side doesn't matter, right? If you're able to get those kills and those armors are not getting their full value. So a very unconventional double armor composition there from Melanchology doesn't seem to work out for them in this game. We'll see what the adaptation will be for our next map and mode. I don't hate Double Blaster for tower control, honestly. It's an interesting adaptation. I haven't seen a Rapid Blaster Pro deck in quite a while. Have not seen a Custom Blaster in quite a while. Both of those weapons, I think, a little unexplored in the current meta. They are, Blaster especially, Custom Blasters, is very weak to armor. But if you are able to deny the armor routinely, or if you're able to kind of chip it with something like a 96 Gal, I could see a lot of effectiveness coming out of that weapon. But yeah, some real interesting picks here coming out from Melanchology in that last game. Looks like we're going to Clan Blitz here. As I'll take a sip of my water. We'll see what the adaptation here is for Melanchology. Are they going to run something more traditional, more contemporary, excuse me, with that K52? Maybe we'll see another foil squeezer game here for Clan Blitz. Or are they going to get funky again? Could we see a Crack-On Roller, a Tenebrella maybe? Ooh, I want to see some Tenebrella. We will see. We will see. Make sure I haven't missed any vital information here. Looks like I have not. As we're going to be getting into Clan Blitz Manta Maria. So I mentioned Crack-On Roller. There are a lot of little nooks and crannies on this map that you can hide a beacon. We might see it. It's a little solo queue special, perhaps. I genuinely think Tenebrella is not a bad pick here if you have a player that plays it. Able to just... even the threat of a Tenebrella surfing behind a shield in Street really demands your attention, right? It forces you into playing a certain type of way. And there's a lot of mind games that can come from that. So, for example, you can surf it sometimes, and you say, hey, you have to have a player in bunker, you have to have a player watching this area, otherwise I'm going to sneak by, or I'm going to get into your backline. And maybe BitClam will commit to, or either team really, maybe you commit to having a player stationed in bunker, and then you send the shield again, and you're not surfing behind it, and they're shooting at air, and now they have their backs turned to your Tenebrella and to your team, and that's a free kill, right? I don't know what these players play. I'm just spitballing here. I think Tenebrella's one of those weapons that could do a lot of cool stuff, right? Incredible commentary. It's a weapon that could do a lot of things and has a lot of power, especially in the mind games, right? I think it's the Brellas as a class have a lot of mind games in them, a little bit akin to rollers. As we're just about to get into game here, Clan Blitz Manta Maria. Honestly, I think the biggest thing that both these teams need to be aware of is specials, right? BitClam in the last game won, I think, a large part due to the special coordination, using multiple specials at the same time to create effect. And Melanchology had a couple of pushes where they had members stranded, and so we're gonna see BitClam running back their same comp, and we see something pretty conventional here from Melanchology, with one exception. Once again, that Blow Blobber, not something you see every day. But a very high ping composition here for Melanchology. BitClam as well, with a reasonably high ping composition. We'll see how it plays out here as the players get out onto the map. Fortunately, the Tri-Slosher is going to go down, but they are going to trade 1-for-1 there. This is the first armor of the game is going to be popped for BitClam. Smith here, manning by that bunker's position, really going to try and pick up this kill on Aaron. Unfortunately, it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade in the favor of Melanchology, as this Tri-Slosher and Jam a little bit pinned down here, right? This H3 going to be able to shoot down this street area. Melanchology getting set up. Look at this Tri-Slosher. As soon as you stop paying attention, all right, they're paying attention, but here comes the pinch. Jam looks like he's going to try and come from the side. Nothing quite doing just yet. Maybe waiting on that armor before they're going to go ahead and push. But speaking of armor, here comes the H3's armor for Melanchology. Here comes the pick onto the Junior. Now it looks like this push is stalled out a little bit, though. That Booyah Bomb being an effective tool to keep Melanchology at bay. Jam in the 1v1 versus the Squeezer. Going to try and swim around, going to strafe around. Bubbles forced out. That's an important resource that they've lost for the push. And the Squeezer's going to go down. Unfortunately, Smith's going to go down in mid. Here comes the Tri-Slosher, though. Are they going to be able to pick up that kill onto the Neosplash? No. And it looks like the location's being pinged out, but does Big Clam know there's a Neosplash here? Neosplash going to jump down. And look at that pincer. Lily absolutely out of position. Is she going to be able to get away? Not quite. The Suction Bomb Rush now available for Melanchology, as well as the Ink Storm heading towards the right side of the map. That said, they have 16 clams, but not a football yet. Can't quite pull the trigger. Are they waiting for those bubbles? Are they waiting for that armor? Well, it's next saying we're not waiting. We're going in on the flank. Not quite going to be able to pick up a kill that time, but it's that pressure, right? It's you gotta always be thinking about it. As soon as you stop thinking about it, here comes Jam. Here comes Jam with the Ink Wall. Gonna trade 1 for 1, but not a bad trade to make here. Unfortunately, 2 balls here on the side of Melanchology. Big Clam needs to use his armor to either pick one of the balls or get a lot of more map control than they are right now. The players are jumping in. Snek going to try and go for a big double kill here on street. Snek staying alive forever, but not going to be able to pick up any picks off of that. Now it's Jam's turn coming in on this flank. He's going to paint around this blob. Jam now with the Booyah Bomb, but no one's here to help him, and he's going to unfortunately go down. 2 down here for the side of Big Clam. Oh, 1's going to go down for Melanchology. That's 2 now. It's just the ball's alive for Melanchology. And this one, D's Nuts is actually going to just drop the ball. Does not want to get picked off here. Does not want to lose that armor progress. Very smart play, but you're losing a ball. Now you only have 10 clams. All your clams are in 1 basket. And Jam is saying, I'm taking that basket away. This is my ball now. It doesn't work like that, as D's Nuts is going to pick it up again. But Jam, keeping that pressure on Melanchology, making sure they can't make a push. Big Clam in a pretty commanding map control position here. Although Smith and now Lily are going to go down. As I say, the tides might be turning here. Let's see if they can pincer onto Blink. Blink, very weak, but Blink is going to end up infiltrating by the basket. Snek, very close to killing Blink, but here comes the bubbles. Here comes the storm. This is going to be a fast and furious fight here down by the basket. 1 player is going to go down for Melanchology. That's 2 down for Big Clam. Lily, all by herself, basically, is going to go down. Smith now in charge of keeping this push at bay. Not quite going to be successful. However, it's just this Neo Splash. The second ball is dead. And it looks like the Splash is going to get cleaned up, and they are. A really excellent defense there from Big Clam, right? They're looking at a pretty dire situation. They're down 1 player to 3, right? But they're able to turn around. They're able to play some very solid defense, and they only give up 1 score. Here's Jam with the ball. They have another ball available. Here comes the Ink Armor. Here comes the Storm. Looks like H3's caught out of position, and yes, they are. And Jam with the ball. Now he's going to Booyah Bomb. He's got a massive target on his head, but does it matter? Can you kill him? There's only 1 player alive from Melanchology, but they are going to get the kill. Ball's going to be picked up again, and here comes the score for Big Clam. Let's see how many points they can put on the board this time. Up to 62, 59 now. Snack going to try and stay alive for as long as possible, but that's going to be all but a wipe here for Big Clam. They've kept their second ball alive, which is very important for overtime reasons, but Jam, the last player alive for Big Clam, going to have to buy some time, stall it a little bit here as the teams try and jostle once again for map position. Melanchology seems to have a little bit of an advantage. Smith go ahead and gets that big pick. 2 big picks here for Big Clam. As Smith still being an absolute nuisance on the right side, forcing out the jump from Blink. They have absolutely 0 clams in 18 seconds to make a ball. Jam in the back line, being annoying. This is what the K-Gal does. Fortunately, not going to be successful that time. But they have the Storm. The armor is available. It's going to be really hard to push into this Big Clam squad. They're not giving any room. They're not letting any balls get made. They have 1 now. Melanchology does. And their hopes and dreams all lie on this 1 ball. Squeezer looks pretty out of position, but going to end up making it through. Here comes the Ink Storm for Melanchology. Here comes the baller here for Smith. Here comes the jump with a ball, but it's not going to be enough. The ball falls in the water. It's all over. Big Clam going to pick up another win here on what may have formerly been their home mode, but nonetheless a pretty solid win there for Big Clam and Clamblitz. We've seen them make really good adaptations here Smith and Jam both being absolutely, being very annoying in some instances on the flanks here. Always making Malacology think twice. Snek as well. Always making them think twice, right? You're kind of in a neutral position. You're throwing bombs back and forth. You're waiting for specials. But here comes Snek with the Tri-Slosher, and it's a fire drill, right? You have to react. You have to play defensively. You have to collapse on this player. And while you're doing that, Jam's going to come in from the other side. And Smith has been winning a lot of his duels on the flanks as well, which is very important for stemming these pushes. I mentioned it during the game, but some excellent defense as well by BitClam in that last push by Malacology. Looks like we're going to be going to Rainmaker for our next match. Malacology, for their part, did a pretty good job of this match as well. Unfortunately, I think they made some smart decisions, right? That H3, ditching the ball, not giving up their special charge in mid when they were in a losing fight was absolutely the correct decision, in my opinion. But I think they were a little too timid, right? They had 2 balls, they had a lot of map control. They're really knocking on the door with BitClam, but looks like the coordination wasn't quite there. They didn't quite pull the trigger all at the same time. And they didn't really, commit. Yeah, in chain, for example, they didn't commit one at a time. But they also didn't really seem to commit at all, right? It's possible to win a game like that, right? Kind of grind your opponents out, play for positional advantage, right? But you have to commit to that type of playstyle. Malacology kind of waffled a little bit, right? They seemed like they wanted to get a couple big picks and go in, but the last couple of membership BitClam seemed to be a problem on a lot of those pushes. Whereas BitClam, you saw they jumped in. Yes, they all died for points, but all 4 members were there by the basket with clams, ready to go, right? There's nobody here to defend. We're going to push. We may or may not have the armor, but we have a man advantage. We have a positional advantage. We're going to go, right? With that said, waiting for this Rainmaker match to get started. The map list 8 maps. Humpback Pump Track. So when I see Humpback Pump Track, the first thing I think of is Booyah Bomb City, right? It's mostly in zones, of course, but in other modes as well. Booyah Bomb is actually very strong on this map. Reason being, it's all these curves. It's kind of hard to avoid it. It's just well designed for Booyah Bomb, I guess. Longtime viewers of the channel also know of a very cheesy push that my former team pulled off in Humpback Rainmaker. So I always have a little bit of a soft spot for that. As silly, as absolutely bonkers as that play was. BitClam here hesitated a little bit in the lock-in. We'll see if they decide to switch up their comp. It seems to be working for them pretty well, honestly. So I'd be a little surprised if they changed it up here. Maybe just putting some last-ditch effort on for Rainmaker, as is pretty standard in the meta nowadays. I've totally forgotten to show you guys the builds. I'll go ahead and start doing that with this game, but as we're getting into game number 4 here between BitClam and Malacology. I swear I'm gonna get added on Twitter after this stream. It's you pronounced the name wrong in the game, but whatever. So that crap is gonna become a K machine here for the side of BitClam, and a very aggressive looking look here from Malacology. And there's some last ditch effort like I was talking about. We see the carbon, and both teams just going absolutely at the pop here. BitClam gonna go ahead and let that pop go away, as Jam is gonna fall here. And Aaron immediately into the backline with that carbon roller, looking for the shark. Gonna get the kill onto the support. This looks like a very promising push here from Malacology. Getting some very important kills with that carbon roller, but Jam is here to say something about it, but it looks like not quite enough is going to be said by Jam. But here comes the attempt. They're going to attempt to pincer here, as Aaron is still lurking. That carbon roller is so deadly. Jam going to be able to pick up the Rainmaker, but it's not enough. They still have 2 members alive. Aaron is here. Aaron's saying, hey, remember me? This is what a carbon roller does. And speaking of carbon rollers, looks like that's going to be the end of the game there for Malacology. A very quick Rainmaker win, which is sometimes what happens in this game mode. Carbon roller diff. Okay, I said it. I said the funny thing. Alright. In all seriousness, no. Aaron with the carbon roller, absolutely game changer in that match. Getting early picks onto Lily, as well as Jam. and just being an absolute menace in the back line. Really showing what a well-played Carbon Roller can do. Oh, they're gonna replay it? What happened? Are you gonna replay it because it was you want to play more Rainmaker? Looks like they're gonna replay it. Okay, yeah. So yeah, but that game showed really the power of Carbon Roller. You saw that the Carbon Roller had a lot of paint in the enemy territory. The Clamshaft's not like Rainmaker. A lot of paint in enemy territory, unable to just be persistent, be sharking, really just blindside you, right? But yeah, they're gonna go ahead and run it back here for a little bit of a longer session, perhaps. We'll hope to get a longer game here. As we'll be getting into Game 4, but again for Game 5 here. Of course, as you're expecting the same teams here coming out for both sides here, we'll just take another look at those gear abilities. Of course, Ninja Squid being really a mandatory ability here for the Carbon Roller. Both sides once again going at it. Once again, Melanchology getting the first pop. Now, it looks like Big Clam have adapted a lot here. They are not lunging forward. They are not giving the Carbon Roller some space. As I say that, here comes the Carbon Roller. Here comes Melanchology. Very smart jump out there by Snek, but it leaves Jam in a little bit of a vulnerable position all by himself. But now it's a 3v4 instead of a 4v2, as it might have been. Inkstorm coming out here from Melanchology. They're waiting for Jam's respawn, it seems, before they're going to mount a comeback. Unfortunately, Lily is going to go down, so no armor available here from Big Clam. We'll see. Smith not quite going to be able to get away there, but Melanchology in between a rock and a hard place. 2 kills going to be picked up there, and maybe a third? No, the Soda Slosh is going to be able to get out there. With this Carbon Roller. They sharken. They're sharking. They're going to make sure that you remember that they're around. As Big Clam going to be regrouping here. Armor almost available for both squads. Smith going to go ahead and use that splashdown, and armor now popped for Big Clam. Counter armor here from Melanchology. Looks like both teams are basically trying to provoke each other into a mistake. Here comes Snek on the flank. Not quite going to be enough. However, Jam's going to pick up a kill in return on the Soda Slosher. Unfortunately, it looks like Smith and Lily are both going to go down on the side of Big Clam, and so Melanchology is looks like it's going to get another attempt at a push here. However, Junior now going down for Melanchology. Snek on the flank. Snek saying, "No, this is my game. I'm getting kills. I'm getting all the kills. No Carbon Roller. I've never heard of a Carbon Roller." That's almost a full wipe here for Big Clam, and now they're going to pick up the Rainmaker. It's their turn to push, right? And Mom said it's my turn with the Rainmaker. As Snek is going to go down, but Big Clam with the immediate repop, they're still hungry. They're still looking for points. Smith going to spam in some Fizzy Bombs, but the Fizzy Bombs not quite going to be enough. Zoning out with that splashdown, but unfortunately it's now just going to be Smith versus the world. Let's see if he can get out of the situation. Looks like he's going to be able to get out okay. However, Jam out of the frying pan and into the fire as it is. And Aaron on the flank, being persistent, being annoying, making you check every corner, as Smith is going to go down on the flank here. And it's a 4v3 advantage temporarily here for Melanchology. Let's see if they're going to be able to retake the lead. Inkstorm coming out, going to invalidate a little bit of that area to make you take a little bit of chip damage as Jam is going to go down. Armor not quite available here for Big Clam, but Lily is still lurking. Lily said, "I'm the shark now. I'm going to take out the Rainmaker." Unfortunately, it's not going to be good enough to retain the lead, but Big Clam, again, in an advantageous position here, only the Junior alive, and they're playing it smart. They're not immediately picking up. They're saying, we want to take mid, we want to retake this map control, at least get to an even position. We don't want to be caught on the back foot here. Very smart play here from Big Clam. Smith on the right flank here, looking for some kills, looking for some disruption. Going to be able to pick up the Carbon Roller. Here comes the Armor's. Armor's now popped. The Booyah Bomb also popped. It's just the Blob alive. Snek on the flank. Who's going to pick up this Rainmaker, though? You got to pick it up quickly, guys, as here comes Aaron. But Snek seems to be aware. Going to try and shark out these members of Melanchology before they drop. Not quite going to be able to get any kills. Aaron now chasing down Lily. But Lily looks like they're going to be able to get out as Snek is going to fall. Lily going to try and preserve this armor charge here. Not quite going to be able to do so. But Melanchology still going to try and push for the lead here. Is Big Clam going to be fast enough? Doesn't look like they are. These nuts walking on the edge so perfectly, but that's a wipe for Big Clam. They got to go fast now, right? You can't play slow in this position. You have 1 minute, 20 seconds left. You have to go for lead. Lily looks to be lagging a little bit behind here, but it might end up being good as she's going to be the first one to know who's on the flank. Here comes the Soda. Here comes the Carbon. Sneck with it all to do here as Smith's going to be able to splash down, but Sneck not quite going to be able to pick up the lead as it's just Smith, and Smith is going to go down as well. So BitClam looking for one more push to save them. They're going to need to make a big stop here, and Lily's going to need to stay alive to keep that armor available for that push. It's not going to get a big kill, though. It's now 3v4. Armor's popped. Jam's going to go down in response. Aaron, once again, having a huge impact on this game. Aaron's still lurking in mid. Oh no. Oh no, they don't know that they're there. Aaron going to try and pick off Lily here. Lily's going to go ahead and pick up the Rainmaker. They're going to get overtime. Not quite, actually. Not quite going to guarantee overtime, as it's just Sneck, once again, with it all to do in the corner here. Are they going to be able to make a play? They're going to need to make a stop. Melanchology, very smart, not picking up the Rainmaker, not giving BitClam overtime chances. However, the Carbon's gone down. Sneck's in the backline. They say they're pincering. Excuse me. Rainmaker's about to reset, though. Oh, no. Oh, okay, they gone ahead and picked up the Rainmaker. It's going to be a 3v4 fight. This is not going to be pretty. Walk, trying to make the huge play. Jam's gonna go down. Could be bad. 2 down for 3 down, excuse me, for BitClam. Lily not quite gonna be able to win the 1v3. That said, a very much more interesting than last game. Very interesting back and forth game there between the teams. I think the big difference, the big adjustment that we saw from BitClam was how they were playing those post-wipe positions, right? In the beginning, the first wipe they got, they tried to just go really fast and get some points. But in the second one, we saw they didn't go for the Rainmaker right away. They tried to get a strong foothold back in mid, and that led to a lot more success that time. With that said, unfortunately, not able to pick up the game here. So it looks like some players have disconnected. As we're gonna get back into our next match here. My goodness. Quite a back and forth. Let me update the score. A very back and forth game of Rainmaker, though. Very exciting. Are they done? A little unclear as to what's going on here. It looks set up like there's going to be a game 6. The question is, do they know that? It'd be a little silly to end the scrim this early. It's haven't even been going for an hour yet. In my opinion, of course. Here's where I would plug a sponsor, but I don't have one. I can do a bit from when I worked at camp. Oh, looks like we're doing drip picks now. I guess. Now I'm playing the video game. Okay, guys. I have no idea what's happening, but I'm gonna play some some funny Squid Game for your enjoyment. That's why we're all here, right? I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but I'm all for it, I guess. Because it means I don't have to fill any more space. Let's go. Spot home zones. They're finding pickups. Okay. While we're waiting. This game of Turf Wars is sponsored by Coca-Cola de Mexico. Muy delicioso y refrescante. Sí, señor. Es muy sabroso. Anyways. That's an old summer camp bit. So when I worked at summer camp, right, we had this big thing for the campers at the end of the week called the Aquacade, right? So this is a Boy Scout camp. So everyone there was from troop, and so your whole troop would basically compete. There's a lot of different, there's a lot of different events, right? So in ranging in amounts of silliness. So there was like a 3-legged race where you had to there's an event called Empty the Ocean, right? And the premise was that you had to basically bring enough water to fill up a cup in your mouth, like ocean water in your mouth, which was and you had you know, however many people, like 5 people on team doing it, or whatever. So that was one of the events. There's another one. There's like, you know, like basically like a relay race was the big one actually. So, you know, a lot of troops obviously wanted to win the relay race. So it was, I think you started with canoeing, and then it was kayaking, and then swimming, and then running, right? So it's kind of like a, yeah. So that was part of it. That was obviously a very popular event. Everyone wanted to win that one. Why am I forgetting? There's like some other events that I'm just like, oh, there's Save the Buffalo. So basically, there's like a buffalo plush, and you had to like swim out to get it and then bring it back. I don't remember exactly what the rules were, but there was something that involved buffalo bringing a buffalo pad, bringing a buffalo plush back safely and swimming. I don't remember exactly the rules or how it worked, but you know, that was another thing. But yeah, I both went to this camp and worked at it for a couple of years each, and so we had our camp announcer basically who came on for the weekend specifically to you know, tell some campfire stories and to be basically the announcer for this thing called the Aquacade, right? The big like end of the week events for all the kids. And so he would do a bits where, you know, he had a lot of bits obviously, right? He's been doing this for a while, and he's got a lot of basically doing the same bits for God knows how long, right? And so one of them was that the sponsor was El Coca-Cola de Mexico, muy delicioso y refrescante. Sí, señor, es muy sabroso. And he would just like, you know, the scouts love hearing it, right? Like it's like, you know, it's very funny, right? And so, you know, every so often some kid would walk up to him and say, "Hey, who's the sponsor?" Or, you know, someone else, with, you know, on the staff who kind of knows what's going on. "Hey, who's the sponsor?" You know, and he's like, "Oh, our sponsor is El Coco," you know, whatever. And so, yeah, that's why I did that bit like 5 minutes ago that you've probably forgotten already. We also had another very popular one. It was the Scoutmaster belly diving competition. Well, belly flopping competition, excuse me. So the Scoutmasters are basically just like the adult Boy Scout leaders, and so there's a competition for belly flops. As I'm sure you can, assume hilarity ensued, and there's a lot of different categories for judging and stuff like that. And so the Scoutmasters would get their like bellies all painted too. So a lot of fun. If there's anyone from Thick Clam who are in the chat right now, can you let me know like what time frame they're looking for? Simply because I do have to eat dinner in like an hour, so I'm down to wait around and fill time. That's what I'm good at. But I do have places to be as it is. See, it all comes back. It's all connected, right? I was talking about eating dinner at the beginning, and now I have to eat dinner in real life. Isn't that crazy? It's like I planned to. Oh no, not like this. I don't know what they're doing. They're having a good time. Looking for 2 more. Where do you even ping for like +2 scrim in progress? Hey, I guess you can ping in like launch point. What else do I have? What other content filling time filling methods do I have? I don't have a co-commentator this time, which is fine. But usually my co-commentator is the source of all my other shenanigans and just kind of play off each other. If anyone watched Launch Point Draft Cup, not the last one, but the one before, I was doing that with Butterminer, I believe is his name. That was a lot of fun. We just making silly jokes. We really we really just said, "What the dog doing?" for like 3 minutes straight because there's a team that had that name. So every time they did anything in the game, it's like, "What the dog doing's at the advantage here," you know. It's absolutely. We almost got axed for that one, but let me double check that I got his name right. Yeah, Butterminer. Go check them out. I should put them under my host list. But yeah, I know that a lot of Splatoon players are going to Riptide soon, and I have seen on Twitter that there are things that happen. I don't have an opinion because I don't know what's going on, but yikes! That's my opinion. That's my output. That's my contribution to the discourses. Yikes! I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to feel, but it all seems rather not good, which is not where you want to be, of course. But I do hope the event goes well. It's a big major. It's a big thing for the scene. I think you can't downplay that, right? Like an in-person LAN for Splatoon that's not organized by Nintendo. It's really big. First one we've had since quarantine. Also excited for I think it's IPL, the IPL major. I don't believe I'm signed up for that one yet, but if you're not and you have, I would sign up for the IPL major. This is my soapbox. Sign up for the IPL major. It's gonna be awesome. Um, yeah, I am excited for all of the high level Splatoon to come. I'm just looking for another excuse to interact with Shaq FT1 on Twitter. I don't have any because I don't play K-Shot anymore, really. But that's not true. But yeah, um, but yeah, Super Jump in October. Or is it in October? Am I dumb? Let's find out. Go sign up for Super Jump though. It's gonna be a lot of fun. No matter what level you are, there's something there for you. It's gonna be September 25th. Yeah. Okay, that's why I didn't. Yeah, it's like I was like, why didn't I sign up for this tournament? Well, A, I don't have a team, and also B, it's when I'm moving into college. But go sign up. It's gonna be in 2 weeks. Should be fun. Okay. All right. Looks like we found people. Um, we found people. We found pick up the +1 has been answered, or the +2 in this case. Um, hopefully we'll go ahead and get back into it soon here. Gusher Rush. Anyways, for everyone who's here, hello. Thank you for being here. I said it at the top, but thank you for being here. It means a lot. If you're not already followed, consider following. I'm on my way to affiliate. Yes, I know I haven't streamed in like 6 months, 3 months, but yes, I am still on my way to affiliate. I'd like to get there by the end of the year. If you want to follow, this happened before. I don't know how many people in here are even listening to me. How many people are bots? But if you're not already followed, I would appreciate if you do. And let me know what kind of content you want to see from me in the future. I can play Mario Kart if you want. I don't, I don't know. I can play Pokemon. What have I been playing recently? Honestly, I've been playing Magic. No, I haven't been playing Magic. I've been playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh. Wait, I should stream Yu-Gi-Oh. All right, I might stream Yu-Gi-Oh in the future. How do you guys feel about that? That might be what I stream in the future. Absolute smorgasbord of content from me. You never know what's coming next because I don't either, right? So, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. Can we play some funny music while we're waiting? Actually, yeah, I'll give the people what they want. I'll go twofold actually. I'll play Invisible and I'll put up the Sharku. I will see you guys in just a little bit whenever they find their 8th person. Be right back, guys. Okay, well that was very fast. Alright, we're back into it. Oh dear lord, why did this happen? Okay, we're back into it here. Looks like we're going to be going to Splat Zones now. Anchovy Games. This is a very strong map for weapons like K-Shot especially. I expect Jam to play that if he's comfortable. Maybe an Orange Unzap, maybe Foil Fling Zap. Foil Flings is a weapon that's been picking up popularity a little bit as of late. But what I'm trying to get at here is missiles are very good on this map. Especially if you're in a kind of lockout situation. There's not a lot of room to maneuver on the plat, especially if you're grouped up. And so missiles will be very strong. Obviously, always have to be wary of flanks on this map coming from the office area. A little bit harder to see coming because of that big wall. You can't see people sneaking around back there. We will see what the adaptation is here for Big Clam. It's 2-3 because you lost Humpback Hump Track Rainmaker twice. Unless that was a replay as in the first game didn't count. I can change it. It's no skin off my back, but I've also anyways. Big Clam both won and lost the Turf War game, so I'm not gonna count it, I guess. Oh dear. It's 2-2? Alright. Whatever you say, boss. Alright. So it's time for that all-important Game 5. Anyways. As we're gonna get into game here. Splat Zones. Once again. Bring it round to the front. Big Clam and Melanchology splitting 2 games apiece the first time through the ranked modes. Let's see how they do in this back half. There's the Foil Flingza. I told you. And it's going to be a custom Billy Sculptures. Lame. No missiles. Anyways, it's a pretty high paint composition, as you expect for both teams here. Foil Flingza here over Smith's weapon, but otherwise 3 very consistent weapons here for Big Clam. As they're going to go ahead and start fighting for mid here. Melanchology with the early zone take. Both armors going to go off basically at the same time. Snack going to try and get something done here on the flank. Looks like they have a pincer onto D's nuts here, as one member of Melanchology is going to fall in the zone. Make it 2 now. Now 2v4 advantage here for Big Clam. Gusher Rush looks like they're in a little bit of trouble. Getting pincered down. Dodge rules aren't going to be enough to get you out of that one, buddy. As it's going to be 3 versus 3 here for Big Clam. But they have a pretty commanding stage control advantage. Even more so with that pick. Now Sneck on the plat, sneaking up. Tri-Slushers can be very difficult to deal with in this position. Jam here now as well. They're Big Clam, that is, are being very proactive, defending that flank, making sure they're working in pairs here, which is very smart. Guac going to try and spam out Sneck. It's going to work. They're going to drop. However, they're very vulnerable to a pincer here. Sneck still waiting in the corner. Smith making sure no one's coming around the flank as they're going to contest the zone. But Big Clam's going to retain control. The armor down here for Melanchology, and it's been popped very recently here for Big Clam, as the Booyah Bomb's going to go off. The Soda Slosher still being quite annoying in the zone, as Melanchology is going to take the zone back. Big Clam's going to look to try and regroup here and not get absolute. Oh, well, Gusher Rush is going to get a kill. It's not going in absolutely. Ham going to get Guac. Are they going to be able to get these nuts as well? Looks like not quite. Now Big Clam going to try and regroup here. A sizable lead, but also a sizable penalty to chew through here. Lily doing some some very Ender Pearl type maneuver there. As Gusher Rush alone here on the plat, are they going to be able to get out or get a kill? Well, Blink's here to help now. As Lily's going to drop. Here comes the Junior here for Malincology, and it's all slowly falling apart for Big Clam. They're now 2 down in their own base, being heavily pressured by this Soda Slosher, and here are the CDS and the Junior here on the fan, not giving an inch, as Smith is going to go down, Lily as well. Snack waiting on the flank, but do they have enough time to make a play? Snack going to try and come out, going to try and catch Gusher Rush off guard. Is going to be successful. These nuts, 3 members here, Malincology on the zone. Are they going to be able to take it back? Are they going to be? Is Malincology going to be able to hold? Yes, they are. As we see it, Game 5 go the way of Malincology. Big Clam played an extremely good a hold there. As spot zones, it tends to be a game mode where you get the zone, you get 2 kills, and then you lock your opponent out. Big Clam played that lock portion extremely well. They paired up 2v2. They made sure there's no sort of sneaky flanks coming around. Snack and Jam, Snack and Jam look extremely strong on the plat, applying a lot of pressure, not allowing Malincology to breathe. Where it fell apart a little bit, I would say, is once Malincology were able to drop right on that right side. Snack was perfectly positioned for the pincer, but help did not arrive in the form of Lily and Smith. So it's a little bit difficult for them to convert their player advantage and positional advantage into a successful pincer. I think if you pull off that pincer maneuver, the game's basically over, right? You get a huge hold, timer's ticking down. Probably it's going to be a favorable trade, if not an absolute wipe for Big Clam. I think they played their advantage state pretty well. They weren't able to capitalize on that one play, and from there, they ended up they had a fight that didn't go their way, and they weren't really able to come back from that position. And Malincology, to their credit, looked incredibly good in transition in that set. They did have some members get picked off by bombs while they were falling back, but overall, transitioned pretty well, used specials pretty well. As we're going to get into tower control here on Starfish main stage. Are we going to see double blaster once again for Malincology? Are they going to run double blaster, double armor? The Crapid coming back out here for Smith. Yeah, looks like it's going to be double blaster. It's double blaster, triple armor. I think this is one of the most toxic team comps I've ever seen. If only for the fact that it might just work. Big Clam going to get aggressive here right off the rip. Unfortunately, Jam's going to go down for his troubles as these nuts coming along the flank. He's going to be able to pick up a kill. Now it's 2v4 for Big Clam, and here come the arms. First one popped here for Malincology. It's going to be really difficult to chew through all these. As Lily going to be caught out, going to try and get away here from Blink. Going to be a little bit difficult. Help is coming. Lily's going to try and make a stand. Not quite going to be able to get a kill. And here comes the Inkjet. What a powerful special this is. One of the reasons to play this weapon. Oh, Jam gonna get that kill. Does he know that These Nuts is still behind him, though? It doesn't look like he does. These Nuts, see the back's turned. Smelling blood. Gonna be able to pick up Jam there. And the armors don't stop coming from Malincology. They're on the second checkpoint. Timer's ticking down. 1-for-1 trade, but I think that favors the attacking side here with all the armors. So, I guess we'll get to soon. Gusher Rush is gonna fall down. It's gonna be a wipe for on the side of Big Clam. So pretty good hold there. Unfortunately, they're going to be playing from a pretty big deficit. We'll see how they handle it. Snack, waiting. You're going to make a mistake. You're going to walk by. Here comes Snack. Going to pick up the kill. And Jam also able to get out, it looks like. Snack is going to get another kill on the other flank as Gusher Rush goes down in exchange for Jam. The tower's very slowly going back to the mid, but looks like Big Clam has the man advantage for now as These Nuts is going to jump out. Now it's Big Clam's turn to push. How are they going to handle this? Lily a little bit far away from this fight, but it looks like Big Clam's playing it well. They're trying not to engage. That said, here Smith goes down, Jam goes down. Oh dear, looks like almost a wipe here for Big Clam. The armor going a little bit to waste, but Lily not at all worried. It's a Junior going to get back very soon, as they're all going to go ahead and jump onto Lily. And now that it looks like they're going to try and flank here. Fortunately, well, it looks like it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade so far, but Snack might have something to say about it. Smith going to try and stall out. Snack dropping down from the perch position, going to be able to pick up the kill on the NZAP. Not quite going to be able to pick up Gusher Rush, although it's going to be now 2-for-1 here for Big Clam. As Jam coming back in, going to try and pincer this Hydra, but not quite able to do it. Now the Blaster and NZAP are going to be trying to hunt down Jam. Jam staying on the flank here, as it looks like Snack is going to go down, and Big Clam might be in trouble here. That Inkjet almost halfway done. If Blink's able to get that off in Big Clam's face, as Blink and These Nuts pair up for a pair of really good kills. Blink has the armor. Not quite the Inkjet yet. Lily's going to be, unfortunately, going to get caught out here, as Smith, basically with it all to do in the 1v2.5, is unfortunately going to go down. Blink has the armor. Blink has the Inkjet. Are they going to be able to find the kills? Lily does not, seems to be aware of it. Gonna try and contest. Unfortunately, she's gonna get picked off. It's now a 2v3. Blink gonna head and fall down. Could have been a very devastating flank, but still gonna be able to pick up a kill. As Guac riding the tower, here comes the armors. Here comes a second armor now available from Melanchology. They're gonna pop it right away. As Smith is gonna go down on the elevated position. 25 points, 24, taking down. Only one checkpoint between Melanchology and a knockout victory here. And they seem to be in a very commanding position. Lily pinned down this Zap, not giving her a lot of space to work with. Here comes the armor. Here comes a big play for Big Clam. Are they going to be able to take out this Inkjet? Looks like not quite, but it's only the Inkjet alive on the side of Melanchology. Oh no. Please don't tell me. Alright. Excellent. Jam going to be able to pick up that kill. As Big Clam, with a bit of a mountain to climb here, but they're playing this well. They're getting mid position. Unfortunately, Smith's going to go down on the flank here to the ends up of These Nuts. And it's a little unfortunate because you're now going to have to delay your push that much further until Smith is back alive again. Lily, though, putting out a lot of bombs, putting out a lot of armors. Here comes the Inkstorm as well. Jam, unfortunately, going to get jumped on. In the back, here comes all of the armors. Snack has to chew through all of them. Are they going to be able to pick up a kill? Lily, on the meat side, is getting chased down here, but as ends up, looks like Snack is actually going to get cleaned up as well. They're kind of like a little disconnected here, as Lily's going to go down to this custom blaster. Jam's going to be able to pick up a kill. Will he be able to get a second? Booyah Bomb, unfortunately, going to get cancelled here. Not even going to get the Booyah Bomb off. And Snack, with it all to do, going to try and pick up that kill on the Zap. That's pretty important. Going to try and come in the flank. Now, it looks like Blink knows that they're there, and not much more is going to come out of that. Blink going to try and counter the Sharker here. Look, this is a very interesting interaction. Snack is going to drop down, though. It's Blink. Looks like going to just walk on back to the green ink of Melanchology. Overtime now for Big Clam. They cannot leave this tower unattended, or the game is over. These Nuts, the Zap throwing a suction bomb down from the elevated position, but it looks like Melanchology is willing to fight at this checkpoint. They're going to give it to Big Clam, and Big Clam getting extremely aggressive here. Smith coming in with the baller. Unfortunately, Snack is going to go down on the tower, and that's going to be GG's. Game number 6 going the way of Melanchology. Big Clam looked a little disconnected. They had a lot of good ideas. Some of the problems they end up having were just down to like losing a 1v1 duel on the flank. That's the nature of the game, right? Sometimes you win those crap versus blaster duels, and sometimes you lose them. But it also looked like they were kind of not always on the same page, right? It's really important to coordinate your specials and also your positioning. There's some moments there where Big Clam didn't look like they were quite all on the same page together. So some members would be pushing, some members would be staying back, and it's not really easy to go super aggressive if you don't also have your backup. Anyway, all those words out of the way. Back to Clam Blitz we go for Game 7 here on Muscle Forge Fitness. Muscle Forge Fitness, my oh my, what do you play on this map? Blob seems like it could come out again. Seems like a pretty strong pick on this map. We might see like an Explosher potentially from the side of Melanchology. We will see what we end up with as we wait for this. I forgot to show them builds again. Well, we'll show the builds after this during this game. This game, this whole set will be available on YouTube whenever I get around to it, probably later today, with and without my commentary. So if you're interested in rewatching this, or if you missed the first part, you can go ahead and tune in to my YouTube channel. It's linked on my Twitch page. I need to say. Whoops. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter if you want. I don't care. I really don't. But it's where I announce where I'm streaming. So if you never want to miss a stream from me, it's a good way to not miss any streams. Also, hey, follow me on Twitch if you don't already. It's free. I will stream sometimes. No promises on that part, but as we're going ahead and we're gonna get into the game here. Game 7, Clam Blitz, Muscle Forge Fitness. BitClam gonna try and make the adjustment here. They've looked strong in some of these matches, and we'll see what they're able to pull off on this map. And there's the blob I was talking about. And we've got a pretty mid-range looking team here for the side of Mount Oncology. A lot of object shredder on this comp, and a lot of mid-range weapons. Right? You have the junior, you have the pro, who's just gone down now. And I'm gonna stop talking as Jam gonna go down. It's a 3 versus 2 here on the side for the side of BitClam. Snack is gonna try and make some trouble here in the trench, and it looks like these nuts pushing forward very aggressively. Looked to be between a rock and a hard place, but These Nuts is just fracking out, able to get out of that bad situation. Lily gonna try and snake her way out, able to make it out alive safely. Snack providing that pressure, just making you wonder, making you think. Although unfortunately they're gonna go ahead, they're going to go down on the flank in this case. Lily gotta dance around with that ball a little bit. Unfortunately gonna get taken out. Now Jam on the flank, trying to get some kills. Only gonna be good for 1, as it's a 3v2 here for Mount Oncology. Smith on the flank, gonna look for the torpedoes, gonna get the kill. Now, gonna try and chase down this ball here with his baller. Not quite gonna be able to pick up a kill there, but looks like they're not gonna be able to deny the power clam. But that's okay. Mount Oncology, only 10 clams available on their side. All their clams in that one basket. Not a big concern for either team at this point. These Nuts on the flank, gonna get ahead, get taken out, and that's a 2v4 all of a sudden for BitClam. They have armor available. Are they going to pop it right now to go for a play? They don't seem to have enough clams quite yet. Lily's going to go ahead and pick up some clams in the back, as Snack going absolutely haywire in the back line of Mount Oncology. Armor's popped now. The call's been made. Unfortunately, Gusher Rush is going to go ahead and pick up the kill, and the Booyah Bomb is not going to pick up anyone. Smith and Snack in the base of Mount Oncology, but it looks like they're not going to get too much done, as they're going to go ahead and retreat back to the safety of their own paint. So a good call there. Unfortunately, Gush Rush able to shut it down by killing the 2 players on the back end. Both teams here kind of jockeying for mid, no one with an overwhelming paint or map control advantage. Jam and Smith look like they're going to try and make some sort of play happen here. The Booyah Bomb not quite going to catch out Snack. Unfortunately, Jam is going to go down, and Smith's baller is going to be in mid. Not going to pick up any kills. However, Blink looks a little bit out of position. Do they know Snack's here? They do not. Snack going to go pick up that kill. Snack going to go for the 3rd as Smith dies on the back end. And looks like Lily's in a little bit of trouble. Going to pop the armor to stay alive, and that's going to be enough. Now Jam with the ball, a little bit caught out. Now it's 2v4 for Mount Oncology. This is a little dangerous here. They don't have the armor available just yet. They don't quite have the bubbles, but you need to be careful, and that's exactly why. Now BitClam looks to be in a little bit of a worse position now. They need to wait for the junior to respawn, and they need that armor to be able to really resist this push. Although killing 2 players, 3 players in the enemy team will deal a lot to help your odds there. As BitClam say, we don't need players, we don't need specials. We're just gonna frag out. We're just gonna get all the kills. Unfortunately, not quite gonna be able to pick up the kill until it ends up there, but still a really impressive hold there for BitClam with a shoestrings amount of resources. Jam unfortunately going to die in pit, but Lily says, I'm the Slayer now. Not quite enough, though, as she's going to go down to 2v3 here for BitClam. Snack once again on that flank. Once again waiting, sharking, waiting for you to make a mistake. Not going to show themselves until it's the right time. My goodness, how do you thread that needle? Snack's still alive somehow, and doing a lot of damage, going to get a kill. Are they going to be able to get the second? Here comes the armor for Mount Oncology, and finally Snack is going to go down. Smith, a little bit in trouble here against Gusher Rush in the 1v2. Gonna be able to pick up the kill here. Now here comes Blink, here comes Guac. All of Mount Oncology looking to try and take this fight. However, they're down 3 members to 2. Make it 3 versus 1. Guac looks to be all alone by themselves. Gusher Rush making a very risky jump, but it's not gonna get punished by BitClam. Now it's actually 2v3 for BitClam. Snack in the base. What can they get done? Are they going to be able to pick up this kill? Ooh, they are going to be able to pick up the kill into Blink. Oncology does not show any signs of knowing they're there. However, These Nuts going into the backline. These Nuts is next to the basket. They're going to go ahead and jump the ball into the basket here. And here comes Gusher Rush and These Nuts. This is going to be a little bit of a difficult push to repel, especially without your armor. Jam going to try and win the 1v1 here versus These Nuts. Be up on Plop. Now the clams are going in. Down to 65. 4 more clams to play here. These Nuts going to fall down. No more clams. No more members from Oncology. That's a wipe on the side of Big Clam. 21 seconds left to play. 12 clams make it 22 when that ball spawns. I think Big Clam has a real shot of winning this game. They have to play smart, though. They have to play with their specials. They have the baller available. They almost have the armor available. They almost have the Booyah Bomb available. They can't get reckless here. They don't want to try to straight bomb. Here comes the armor. They're committing. Here comes the baller. Looks like it's going to be 1 kill, 2 kills. Smith all by themselves. Jam with it all to do. The 1 versus 3. And not enough. Big Clam, unfortunately, going to lose Game 7 here to Malincology. Really an excellent effort here on the side of Big Clam. They played it pretty smart towards the end there. They didn't rush. They didn't lunge. They said, we're waiting for our armor. We have our baller. Let's go on our signal. Unfortunately, the execution wasn't quite there. They looks like Malincology was able to out-position them a little bit. They knew where Big Clam was. They said, you're coming to us. We have the high ground. It's over, Anakin, etc. As Malincology can go ahead and pick up game number 7. Looks like we have the full house, the full 10 people in the lobby. I don't know what's happening, as per usual. But it's been a pleasure to commentate this match so far. I hope everyone here in chat with me is enjoying as well. As we're going to get into game number 8 here, Rainmaker. Game number 8, Rainmaker here. On the docket, on a random stage. We'll find out very soon. Both these teams seem to be playing very well. Both these teams are, no one's been making any huge mistakes. We haven't seen really any blowout wins, except for with one exception. Being that first Rainmaker Humpback Pump Track game. Both teams seem to be pretty evenly matched here. I think what it's coming down to a lot is the individual performances from Malincology, players finding multi-kills, finding themselves, winning these 1vx situations, as well as a little bit of the team play for Malincology. Seem to be pairing up a little bit better. That said, Smith and Jam in particular have been doing an absolutely fantastic job, as well as Snack. Snack has been finding a lot of kills on the flanks, finding a lot of big opportunities. Unfortunately, it seems like they weren't able to capitalize on them to the full extent. Snack will get on the flank, more or less unnoticed. Someone will drop, and with the Tri-Slosh, you really want to be getting that kill very quickly, right? The longer the fight goes on with Tri, the less favored you are to win it, and so some of those fights, not going the way of Big Clam. And Splatoon's really a game of inches, right? A fight doesn't go your way. It takes a little bit longer than you're expecting, and that can have a lot of knock-on effects. I've just been informed this is our very last game of the evening. I hope you guys and girls and NBs, I hope everyone in chat has enjoyed. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. And let's watch some Splatoon with me speaking very quickly over the top of it. It's time for that all-important Game 8. Big Clam looking to get a third win here over Malincology. Rainmaker Skipper Pavilion. Let's go. As we're getting into the match here, we're going to see the foil flings out once again from the side of Big Clam, and some old favorites. We see the Neo Splash. It's going to be Ninja Squid this time, the Blob, as well as the Foil Squeezer. Smith immediately out into top mid here. This means that Big Clam's fighting 3v4, although make it 3v3 now. Smith just painting all of this area. Looks like he's painting a path for the Rainmaker perhaps, as it looks like Sean's going to be able to get a kill with that K-Shot, as it's going to be 3v4, now make it 3v3, now 3v2, excuse me, for BitClam here, as the armor is going to be popped, no missiles to follow it up, but looks like BitClam is going to keep Malacology off of the Rainmaker, at least for now. Pop has been made, as Pro looking for Smith, Smith not going to show himself. As here comes Jam, unfortunately into 3 members of Malacology, not able to make anything happen. However, it's going to be a 3v2 now, a 2-for-1 exchange there, as Sean is going to try and fire off these 10 missiles and try and get some, excuse me, that's going to be Sean, Smith's 10 missiles and try and get something done, as this foil squeeze are going to find themselves out of position, and now it's a 2v4. I don't think this is when you wanted to pick up the Rainmaker, mate, as here comes all the specials from BitClam, Ink Armor, Booyah Bomb, 10 missiles, you name it, they got it. Gonna throw those all at the Rainmaker, as the Rainmaker carrier is gonna go down now. It's a 3v4 once again for BitClam. Smith once again looking on the flank, right? Looking for, gonna try and paint for those missiles and try and use them to great effect. All of Malacology's grouped up, excuse me, as the squeeze is gonna go down, but unfortunately, so is the K-Gal for BitClam, and it's just Smith alive now, playing this top mid position, providing jumps for his team. Now, unfortunately, Blink is going to come here. Does Jam see it? Jam seems to be aware. Fortunately, Smith and Jam both seem to be out of position, and it's going to be 3 down now for BitClam. Lily with it all to do to try and stall this push. That's going to be a wipe for Malacology. Now, Sean going to have to make some sort of heroic stand here to prevent Malacology from getting an even bigger lead. Not quite going to be enough. However, here comes Smith. Here comes Lily. They're going to crash into the front line of Malacology, and they're going to be able to get the stop. However, do they have the follow-up? Here comes the bubbles out from the foil squeezer. It's very deadly territory. You have to be very careful playing against this weapon. And it looks like BitClam are going to get away unscathed from that particular bubbles. Here comes 10 missiles on the side of BitClam. Booyah Bomb almost available. And unfortunately, everyone's going to go down for BitClam. Malacology might have the ability to instant pop this and make a big push, but it looks like Lily and Smith are here to meet them. Lily's going to trade for the K-Pro, as everyone's jumping in here for Malacology. This is a little bit of a strange position. They're both kind of staggering, kind of. Both teams jumping all their forces in as soon as possible. Here comes the Booyah Bomb, here comes the 10 missiles. This looks like it's going to be the end of Malacology's push. The second set of 10 missiles, and Gusher Rush is going to go down. Looks like BitClam's going to try and actually sneak it around here to top mid, saying you're not fast enough to stop this push. They're going to go onto Slick. Smith, unfortunately, not going to make that jump. Oh, you gotta hate to see that. Totally going to kill the momentum here for BitClam, as the Rainmaker is going to get reset back to the middle. Sean going to trade out there for the Phil Squeeze area. It's now a 3v3, although Lily looks to be a little bit out of position and not, unfortunately, not going to survive that encounter. Smith here in top mid, where he's been standing all game. Going to try and get those missiles, going to try and make an impact. Going to try and get this blob to chase him potentially. Turn this fight back into a 3v3. Unfortunately, it's looking more like a 2v1 here, as Smith is getting collapsed on by Guac and these nuts. Gonna be able to get a kill for himself, as it's 2v3 here now for BitClam. Make it 2v2. This hold's looking a lot more doable. Unfortunately, Sean's gonna go down. And the reinforcements are going to be delayed here for BitClam. Let's see what Gusher Rush is going to be able to get done. Lily being very smart, not dropping there. Now going to make their move, as they're going to drop. Gusher Rush is going to be able to get a kill. Now immediately traded out. Fortunately, Jam died on the back half of that fight there, so BitClam not really able to do anything. They're going to use the 2-person armor. They're just going to hold forward and shoot their guns and say, hey, can you beat us? Looks like the answer is yes. However, here comes Smith on the flank. Smith could be huge here. Wait for his moment. Fortunately, his teammates are all down. Looks like there's not a lot he's going to be able to do in this position. Sean, unfortunately, also going to go down. Gusher Rush here could be the difference maker. Here comes Jam and Lily. 2v1 for Gusher Rush. Are they going to be able to make it happen? Looks like Jam's got them isolated in the 1v1. Get the kill. Very important. Now it's 3v2 for BitClam. As these nuts a little bit out of position, surrounded by yellow ink, are they going to be able to get out of this situation? Looks like they are just by the skin of their teeth. BitClam now have to make a big play without any of the specials. However, it's only bubbles from Malacology here. BitClam has to deny these specials. You can't let these bubbles go off. You can't let this suction bomb rush go off. There's no way you're pushing into that. Smith's going to get a huge kill on the flank here, as Sean is going to stay alive. Sean versus the world, 3v1. Can he do it? The Rainmaker, all this power. Here comes Lily. Not for long, unfortunately. And it looks like Malacology is going to be able to pick up that game. a very strange game, to be honest. We had a lot of pushes that stalled out, and then both teams were just throwing everything they had at each other, throwing their members as soon as possible. I hesitate to call it staggering, right? Because both teams were kind of sending in two and then having two die and then two respawn, etc., etc. Um, but it's going to be the end of our. I believe that's the end of the scrim. Yeah. So, all you wonderful people, thank you for coming out to my stream today. As I mentioned at the top, I'll probably be streaming sometime. If you follow me on Twitter, you follow me on Twitch, you'll see when I'm streaming. You'll be well informed. But thank you everyone for coming out to watch.